Whoa, greetings. This is a lot. Yeah. It's a lot better than the other one. The last one was, well, it was last out, it was a lot darker. So, greetings. On a secret mission, if in case you're wondering, I'm not going to go into details yet. Do that tomorrow after the event. Just any hints? Well, Tesla is a hint, but that's about it. I'll connect to that tomorrow, not tonight. As for, yeah, it took me 2 hours to get here. I'm in Fort Myers for a little bit, so just for a little bit. So and that's where. Anyway, if you look up Fort Myers, you might get an idea where I'm at or where I'm going to. Also, felt I didn't mention this during the webinar. I did feel Albert Einstein was going to come through, but it was just I didn't have any energies, and he had a lot to say. So I was going to do that after the webinar, but then I was dealing with all the live streaming ideas I was working on that didn't work out so well. Well, it did actually. Actually worked out pretty well. The first test I did. Problem is I can't show my screen. I can't, So anyway, the idea for the live stream, I'm going to do those daily. Not every day, but I'm going to do them very frequent. I'm taking it more seriously. Only reason I didn't do it before because of the internet bandwidth, and it had a lot of other reasons behind it. So for this, it does seem like it's I like doing the consistency. Uploaded a Disney video. I didn't want to leave people with just a Disney video as I used to do in the past. Like, okay, I'm taking a day off. Here's a Disney video. It's like, not great. So. Not everybody's into that. I'm not either, but the connections I am. But not everybody's into listening to all that noise in the background. But it does help that, I can connect and nobody really knows what I'm doing, really. Not really. So it works. Magic Kingdom has a little bit of a paranoia there because it's a place of weirdness. So anyway, I'm blacked out from that place until August. So anyway, I'm leaving. I'm doing another. I thought there was another. I'm not paying attention to the calendar that well. So next week I'm on another. It's a weekend travel. So I'll go into the details when I'm there. As for this one's mystery, sort of. As for why I'm here, my guides pretty much last week. I just got this impression to come out here. They just said it's like now's the time. I thought about coming out here in the past, and so this is going to be a channeling I have not done before, and so especially Albert Einstein, that one's going to be tonight to give you an idea. So I'm warming up to it. Yeah, the trip here was like 2 hours. Like I was kind of already zonked already today, so internet here is not great. Yeah, it's blinking. I think it's okay. I can't live stream anything from this place. You never know where you're going to get into. Also, I want to make an announcement of for the webinars. I'm still going to do Google Hangouts. Yeah, it's easier and it works. It works all right. Has its glitches. It has its glitches. We'll work around it. Yeah, Zoom's not very good. Anyway, it's all right. For for chats, for the live chat, I'm gonna use Zoom for that. So I'll be live on YouTube. So Hangouts for the webinar. Zoom for the chat, and also I'm going to put in we got around to it. Oh, I forgot to turn that off. Anyway, I don't think that's too bad. There's always something in the background. As for noise. And also, yeah, for those that are posting questions in the chat, I'm gonna have to make like a after 9:30. If anything's posted after 9:30 Eastern, there's no guarantee it's going to be read because some questions are being missed, and those have been already posted a while ago. You know, like a day or two before the webinar, which is fine. And just they're not being read. It's like they're making sure they got their question in, and then they get missed. But yet the ones that just posted like 2 seconds before we about to close down, you know, so that's not fair. So I have to. So there's no guarantees it'll be read. It might be read, but there's not 100% guarantee. So that's what's going to be on for that. And for live streams, like when I do my videos, my solo videos, I'm going to use Zoom for that. I finally made a decision for it. It's like, all right, I surrender. So I'm going to use the Zoom. So I'm going to do a live stream. I don't want to use Google. I don't want to use Zoom, but it's like, you know what? There's not much out there. The stuff's not, you know, it's not my internet. I don't know what's going on, but internet's kind of not so great. So it's nice to have an automatic. That's the nice thing about Zoom. It's automatic with the internet. So maybe not so great. And sometimes it's okay. It moves with it automatically. And that test I did yesterday, that program does that, but you can't show your screen. You can't do anything. So that was close. I was getting really close. So anyway, yeah, it'd be nice to just. I believe that's where we're going for live streams. It's like you just download a program, hit a button, live stream, and you can show your screen and stuff like that. That'll happen eventually. Anyway, also, I'm not sure if this is news. Well, actually, a couple of things before we're going to the channelings and everything. About Amazon bought Whole Foods. Some people might see Amazon as evil. I mean, you know, whatever, but they're not perfect. But yeah, the grocery about time. I was just thinking about that because I figured they're going to move in. They got to do something. And sure enough, yeah, because on the internet you can't really. How far can you go with that? So, but with it's getting hot here for me. I'll be right back. I'm gonna turn this thing down or change it. Hold on. Commercial break. Oh, of course, it's a lot louder. Okay, now it's off. Yeah, I think Amazon's a good idea to go into Whole Foods, of course. Yeah, whatever. It's a big company. Anyway, whatever it is, they're going to innovate once they get. It's going to be a while. They're going to innovate groceries, and it's not going to go well. It's going to be good, but a lot of the old ways of doing things is going to be kicked out. It's going to take, you know, at least I can add to that a little bit because I don't like going to the grocery store. Probably a lot of people don't. But it's like, at least the ones that are here, it's like they're not that very. I mean, it's like you go there, it's like going to a thrift store. It's not very attractive. I mean, it's all right, but they have one here called Fresh Market. It's really nice. Ambiance is excellent. The food prices not great. Food selection not great, but it's nice. And Whole Foods has a nice atmosphere. Of course, they're not perfect. They have but they have a great. I like their atmosphere there. Publix not so much. So anyway, you know, Publix we have here. I don't know. The ambiance is just like, ugh. It's like, God, I don't look forward to going there half the time, especially if I forget something every time I go there. But anyway, I do see them changing no time soon, probably a couple of years. They might lose workforce, possibly. You might see robots that check out. I think I don't know. I could be wrong about this. Who knows? We got a while for it. It does seem like when you order stuff online, it's like, I don't feel like going inside the place. You order what you want. I imagine you can go there and pick it up. Now that might be, I mean, they're going to build those already, but I'm not sure how well that's going to go, but you never know. Because a lot of people don't want to, you already know what you're going to get. It's like, man, I really don't feel like going in there. It's like, so we'll see. Of course, some people buy like $200 worth of whatever. Okay, that might be different though. But either way, it's going to change. It'll be a couple of years for it, though. I think this is a good thing. I mean, you got to change. People don't like change, obviously. This is the channel of change. Yeah. So I think that's a good thing. Another thing, I probably should have posted this and I forgot. All right, commercial break 1 second or 1 moment. I was gonna mention this and then I kind of forgot. I think I can pull this up pretty quick. So this is why I like the. And we'll just use this one. It's probably like 300 ads on it. That's not a very welcoming picture. Basically, what I'm bringing up is the whole Alex Jones. If you don't know who Alex Jones is, and the whole Megyn Kelly thing. Here, this one has a bunch of ads. I shouldn't even put an ad blocker on this thing. Because, man, when you go to these pages, it's like a video starts. It's like Broadway opens up. It's like, yeah, I got Ad Central. It's just subscribe. And, okay, we'll just go with this. There's probably better. I wasn't really going to go to an article, but I was just thinking, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it'll probably be good to see what I'm talking about. This is probably not the best article for us, New York Times. Oh, yeah, it's not the best. Anyway, Megyn Kelly calls Alex Jones, Sandy Hook, deny revolting. Anyway, Alex Jones is going through a kind of, you can say a witch hunt of, what he said about Megyn Kelly, and they're taking a lot of what he said. They're re-editing a lot of the things he said, and she said she wasn't going to do that, and he's posting proof. I don't know what all this, but when it comes down to it, it does seem like they're bringing him into the mainstream, as you can see. And this is the new media coming into the mainstream. So, MSNBC, Megyn Kelly might lose her job because of this. It's a high possibility. Does it matter? Not really. But it does seem like I'm not fully connecting to what's going on. I don't know what. It's kind of, shaded. But from what I'm gathering, he's going to be mainstream. He might be on. I'm not sure if he might be just on. I don't know if he's on satellite, but I think he's going to become a major player. Eventually, he's getting there. From what it feels like, he's being indoctrinated into it. They're pulling him in. Just new media. I don't think he's not perfect, obviously. About the whole actors and everything, Sandy Hook and all that. A lot of that is just he's so burned out by, you don't know what to believe anymore. Not to say it didn't happen. I believe it did. As it was recorded, is another. If it was just one kid or other, I don't know. Probably there's something else going on. Either way, it doesn't matter. In the long run, it doesn't matter. There's a lot involved with that. And it's just a lot had to do with programming, of course. The higher elites know exactly what they're doing. And let's see. Well, right now, because I was trying to tap into it earlier today. I don't. I have to say, if you like Jones or not, whatever. What it does seem like it's a positive, if you like him or not, if you think he's sold out or not. It does seem like it's a positive that he's coming in to the mainstream. He's being recognized before he wasn't. He was being mocked, and that was it. I think MSNBC was the only one that's really talking about him. Everybody else just ignores him. So now he's going to NBC. He was on CNN, crying on that. And now this seems to be less, either way. Yeah, because one was Pierce Morgan was um, was alive, I believe, so it wasn't really. I don't think it was edited, as far as I know. But of course, Jones is trying to get on TV again. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Pierce Morgan was in Texas, and he tried to get on TV again, and that didn't get anywhere. So anyway, yeah, Pierce Morgan wanted to give him any more attention. That was funny. That was a couple years ago. But this, I mean, I don't see this as a negative. I see it as a positive, even if you like him or not. It does seem like it's going to change. It's going to change things. It's like this is alternative point of view. And it does seem like this type of alternative news will eventually hit the mainstream and become the normal. It's crawling in, as you can tell. So I don't think you could call him a sellout. I mean, in some ways, I'm not sure entirely, but there's something, it does do somewhat fear-mongering here and there. It's just, whatever. Either way, love him or hate him, whatever. It's not easy to listen to, that's for sure. Either way, he has a different point of view than what's being sold. So, he talks about the cabal, not so much anymore. I don't listen to him that much, but I don't think it's any much. But either way, did in the past, that's for sure. And like the Bilderberg group meeting, I don't think that had anything in it. I wasn't getting anything. Just a bunch of rich old guys that are creepy got together and did some whatever. Who cares? I'm not sensing anything from it. But Jones coming in is that's a big deal. I think it's actually a positive. As much as people don't like him, I think it's a positive. It's like you're bringing in, a hammer into, he's going to be recognized. So, he'll bring up stuff that others are not bringing up. So love him or hate him. That's. I don't think many really saw that coming. Really, not really. I mean, they were hoping for it to come, but if there's somebody that's going to do it, it might as well be him. Even if it is kind of watered down, it's same old, just a different point of view, and a lot of it's just conservative, one side of the, anyway. Just another form of brainwashing, basically. But they are known to they talked to David Icke. So it's not great, but it's something. And I was actually talking about this with Bill O'Reilly out of there, somebody like Alex Jones is this, for him getting in there is like comes more likely. And now it's on NBC, so you never know. And at least it's alternative. Love it or hate it, it's something different. Because it does allow more of the spiritual stuff come through. So that's where I'm coming from. You love it or hate spirituality, or whatever you want to call it. I don't even think calling it spirituality is really. If you want to call it that, call it, whatever. But I think it's helpful in some ways. It's everything has its, the old dies out. So like alternative media is coming in more. That'd be interesting if Jones, if he gets like TV on Fox or somewhere where it gets more attention, or his just show lights up more, it gets more attention. It's still saying something because you're allowing more of an alternative point of view coming through. I know it's all conservative. It's better not to have any of that crap, but whatever. Take what you can get. But at least it's a alternative. Of course, if he goes into just another alternative voice and just forgets, then again, he was talking about I don't listen to his show. I can't handle it. Goes into the conspiracies. That helps. I don't listen to those anymore, but let's put it that way. If it sticks to the conspiracy stuff, because not all of it's wrong, it does help. Helps the UFO community. Of course, he doesn't connect with a lot of that, but it might help that also into some, UFO community can only go so far. It's always about, coast to coast. can only go so far, but it'll be interesting to see that come through in some ways. But that's kind of already mainstream because of the radio. But allowing that to come through, be taken more seriously, would be nice. So basically where I'm getting at, if Jones gets on to mainstream media on television somewhere, somebody hired, I'll be something. If it gets, that would be, I mean, I think it'll be good. I'll have some, it will, something different. Somebody's not afraid to say what's on their mind, it'd be good. So we'll see. So like I said, love him or hate him, whatever. It's just the way it is. Okay. As for, that's my take on it. Like I said, I think this is a good idea in the long run, because it's spiritualism. A lot of it's great, but with spirituality, sometimes it goes in a circle. And as for this channel, or my channel, or whatever I'll call it, my YouTube channel, my videos, basically the object of, if you're new here, the object is to reconnect to yourself without getting all, the news is all like, trying to tear each other apart. That's ridiculous. Just, all right, well, anyway, that's too bad. There's so much negativity, so much programming there. And the idea for this channel is to unprogram yourself. And how you do that, you'll know how to do it. If you're willing to do it, and first off, you'll see like what's coming through your third eye. It says, oh, I'm just making that all up. But the more you feel like, I think this is all more real. It's me creating it, but it's also my reality I'm seeing. And you're just reconnecting to your spirit, basically. And that's very powerful. And when you're on the news, like these people are crying and yelling at each other, that's not how you connect to spirit. Basically, it's forgiveness of yourself. And it's, it's not easy because we've been sponged into this environment and we think what we're connected to is made up. It's not. It's just because you're raising your vibration, you're connecting to your version of life, whatever it is, without negativity. It does help without negativity. Of course, you can do whatever you want. If you want to use negativity and connect to, through your third eye, you can do that too. You can connect to positive or negative. I'm not here to force anything on anybody, but I'm not going to connect to the negative. But, how do you think the negative do it? How do you think the cabal does it? They know what they're doing. So it's basically just trust yourself. Recognize you have guides. You have spirit on the other side. You're connected to the other side. All these little processes, so little by little, you get used to it. It takes a while because you think you're crazy. I'm just making it all. Well, yeah, you've been sponged to death by the 3D reality that's been just programming you constantly. So that's hard to let go of that. It's like, I'm just making all this stuff, just a bunch of crazy people. Not at all. Because when you connect more to yourself, this is a process you got to learn on your own. I mean, you can get assistance from channeling messages, of course, to help you feel more comfortable about connecting to yourself. And some things you're not understanding. That's why channeling private sessions are good for that. It's like, can you help me confirm some of this and help me in my direction on finding myself? That's and for me to receive my own messages. I'm not sure how many channelers would actually say that because they want repeat business and whatever it is. Like, the idea is to receive your own messages and heal yourself also. Learn healing. Everybody has a healing ability. Everybody has, the power within. It's just unlocking, unhooking from third density reality. It's easier said than done, of course. That's why it's just it's individual, because individual, you just basically, it's forgiveness, positivity, meditation of some kind. It's just chilling out, basically, not judging others. there's a lot more to it than that, of course. But judging others is pretty easy to do, and becoming impatient, I got that down sometimes. Especially on traffic. So nobody's perfect. You don't have to be perfect either. You don't have to accept your imperfections. Like for looks, intelligence, you chose your intelligence for a reason. There's a purpose. Some people are super analytical, high IQs, whatever you want to call it, whatever that means. They will most likely not connect to their spirituality at all because they're so busy analyzing everything. They're told they know everything. It's like anytime you connect to spirit, it's like, oh, that's scientifically not true, and yada, yada, yada. I've been programmed by society. The Illuminati told me this, da, da, da. So sometimes it's better not to be involved with that. So it has some reasons for being an average person. I don't think anybody's average. It's just I want to be more likely to awaken to my abilities. I don't want to be asleep the rest of my life, being programmed, being fearful, being arrogant. I don't want all of those things. I want to connect to my aliens, my angels. I want a better life. And sometimes when you think you know everything, you can't have a better life. You're always in agony. Especially with the news. They get paid a lot of money to be negative, basically. To analyze, but be negative. It's just basically a negative show. All of it. Daytime talk shows, I think, try to be a little bit more positive. Dr. Phil is interesting. There's nothing wrong. I mean, when it's a constant negative programming propaganda show, it's not good. But recognizing that you have guides and just telling yourself, like, I like to reconnect to spirit. What I'm living here is I'm not happy with it because I'm depressed here. I don't like this. I don't feel like I'm being fulfilled. I'm just not fulfilled here. Especially people that have a lot of money and I'm fulfilled. I have this and that. I'm unfulfilled. Well, there's a reason behind that. It's because you're not really connecting to your higher self, your abilities. You go into meditation, whatever you want to call meditation, because some people have difficulties connecting with it, which I understand. Because it's the way it is. But still, you can listen to meditation music. There's ways of relaxing. Relax the mind and just relaxing, especially, when you start realizing that, I've had reptilian lifetimes, I've had angel lifetimes, and I'm feeling that I'm part of, like, just for example, of timeline wars, and when I see a time travel movie, I feel like I'm really connected to that. It's like I feel like I've done that as an alien being or some kind. It's all just we're all just awakening the soul once again. Anyway, so that's kind of. I figured I'd mention that again. If I added anything new to that, maybe not. I'm not sure, but some aren't fully understanding it. Well, either way, sometimes I say things that other people need to hear, and I just channel it. So this is all channeled. I don't know. Sometimes I say stuff, and people say, "Man, you're just talking right to me." It's like, that's great. Some people might not get it. That's okay. That's all right. Like finding a job, like I can't find a job, or my job's kind of tanking right now. I should be worried more than anything. I'm not worried at all. It's not doing good. I'm seeing a whole industry being wiped out. Like the photography industry it's like there's a part of it that's still alive. A lot of it is gone. There's more amateur photographers out there, which is fine. The old guys are being... anyway, doesn't matter. I was going to go into something, but I forgot what it was. Finding a job is like sometimes the soul is trying to learn from itself is trying to learn lessons, and sometimes why you can't find a job because you're going through your own clearing, your healing, or trying. It's like, if I have a job, I can't learn this. So I have no job now, I can learn this lesson. So there's that. And yeah, I mean, sometimes like you're trying to, it's like, man, I can't find a job, I have to borrow money from family. Then you get connected to your family a little bit more. So it all has interconnection reasons behind it. So that's okay. I mean, I don't know. There's always a reason behind everything. So, such as being out here. So, all right, before we go any started, anybody that's new to this, let's see here. Let's see if I'm awake yet. Okay. Not sure what I'm doing. Okay, if you're new to all this is ivanteller.com, where you can book private sessions, or you can submit a question. Private sessions section is closed off, well, because of work and everything. I had to close some time off. You can look at the calendar, see when I'm available. Yeah, this weekend's not looking too good right now. And there's other ways of booking sessions, and there's different methods of communication. Actually, the internet's working pretty good. It was kind of slow earlier. Yeah, that's kind of fast. It was not doing that a little while ago. That's really good. Here's, you can submit questions. It's $5. And also you have About page if you like to support this broadcast. You can just go to the donate page. And for, let's see here, for joining the webinar, we have this new, if you just want to do 1 month or reoccurring, and we'll also have an alternative sign up. For PayPal, this is reoccurring is for Stripe only. The 1 month webinars for Stripe and PayPal. We also have, yeah, I think it has some Spirit Social. Oh, yeah, spiritsocial.org. These are my services here. Submit a question, healing, past life regression. Also have 1 day, one question from a day, chakra healing, balancing from a day, angelic Reiki from Miguel, and soul painting by Stephanie. So I highly recommend them. There's also t-shirts here, and there's a submit a question thing again. And this is affiliates from Amazon. Here, and this is the social network. I didn't log in tonight. I don't have any energy. But normally, probably tomorrow, I'll go through some of the posts. Today, not so much, but if you like to have something seen on the show, you can always post it in the social network. I don't really go to Facebook as much as I should, but this is a place where you can post a message or anything you'd like. Yeah, there's me and my alien buddy. I'll be adding the artwork to the site eventually. I just haven't got around to it. We're also on SoundCloud. I have the Twitter. Hardly ever use that. Facebook, and we have mobile apps for iPhone and Android. Eventually, I'm going to be upgrading these two. Eventually, with the store links, I'm getting there. Now, little by little. Okay. So, here we are in Fort Myers. And what am I doing here? Well, I'll go into that eventually. I wasn't planning on going very long here, but you never know. As for this video, I was going to do a live stream. Oh, that is now the internet improved. And then maybe it will not improve. It'll unimprove itself. So, all right. Let's see what we got here. I know I've been kind of gabbing for a while on, I'm probably going to label this as Einstein channeling, and then he come here, he's like, okay, where is that exactly? It's at the end of the video, of course. The 2-hour video, or how long this is. So as you can tell, the internet's not so great because of the picture, but anyways, good enough. So yeah, I had to surrender to Zoom. I'm still getting used to that. So, okay, blessings, and here we go. Channeling from, well, we'll let you figure it out. Should be in the title of the description for this, but we'll see if it comes through. I'm not sure how long it's going to be here, but anyway. Okay, blessings. Hello there. I'm Albert. Very nice to meet you all. Yes, I realize you are learning about yourselves, looking at the little details of your character, learning that how close you are connected to this planet and the universe. Realize that even the stars in the universe, you are one of those stars. Think about a star living on a planet, living a life. Have you ever thought about that? You are much bigger than this reality, but you are playing a big role of soul expansion at this time. You're learning about how not to be afraid so much, as there's much fear in your society, as you can see. Many are feeling discomfort because of technologies. But yes, even I was imperfect. I'm of a Arcturian energies. I believe that kind of looks in my hairdo, as you saw me on your planet. I was also connected to other species. Arcturian was my comfort zone. Of course, when I was in your reality, even I didn't believe in these things. But even then, I was kind of quietly believing. It's like, I am not going to make this public. This just makes too many people uncomfortable. So I am aware there is an alien presence. I just didn't know what it was or who they are, because I felt things during my lifetime. Even my creations are, yes, some of them are of destruction of the atomic bomb. At least my equations were brought into the bomb creation community, which in the Nav is not very comfortable with. But that is very Arcturian to bring this into an environment like this to see what will happen, but also many earth changes were much needed also. You can say when the bomb hit, it was time for a change. But now you're going through those changes now. You are now connecting to your UFOs, your ghosts, your spirits, your other side. And you can say that bomb was the time of renewal. Your earth is going through a renewal. And how brave it is for you to be here, to not be boggled down by so much negativity, to reverse the negativity, to allow yourself to be seen. Even during my time, I knew there's much more going on than I could even understand, but for sure, I knew there's going to be an awakening eventually, where all of our unknown, our mysteries will be solved. You seem to be going through that, solving those mysteries at this time. But as I said, during their 1940s was a crucial time of your earth as you know it, as the ways of you know it coming to an end and a new version coming in. And you are this new version. Those that allow yourself to change, not be afraid of what others think. Many have difficulties being different. But being different is how you change things. You are a different way of thinking. You're not out to harm anyone. Just let yourself go, basically. Many are like, I'm worried about what someone's going to think about me. That I might get all of this wrong. No, not at all. Just allow it to come through. That's what I did during my own equations. Just let it all flow through. You're having something different, a spiritual download, which is a lot more exciting than having numbers and X's and Y's and all of that. You're having your soul come into your body stronger. So you remember your other side and your angels more clearly. When during my time, we had equations trying to answer nonsense, basically. So for your time here, you are a Renaissance people, those that wish to see themselves in a more positive light. Because you will be heard, you will be ignored at first, but then you will be accepted as your powers and abilities increase. This is up to you how far you want to go with it, though. Many are right now stopping themselves because they are afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. When you connect to your higher abilities, you can cross over to the other side very easily and even come back. How exciting is that? And that is where you're heading right now. And many are terrified of that because they are used to the old ways of life. Every life cycle on this planet has many challenges. And this is the challenge to fully, now you have the ability to fully know yourself. That's saying a lot. Yes, and your animal kingdom will also benefit also because many of them are treated more wisely and better than they are treated now. Because right now they're treated as animals in a mystery species. Now you're connecting to more of your angels, your guides, and your animal kingdom, your nature. They be treated with more respect. That makes sense, doesn't it? Isn't that wonderful? I tell you this, the simple things are the most important. Being, yes, the smartest man in the world is not that important, especially when I didn't feel all that smart. It's just equations. I had a different way of looking at things. That's all. That's all. And so do you. So don't think of me as anything special. Think of yourselves as very special. You're connecting to more than I did. For my time, what I was connecting to served my world, or our world. It served it well. But now it's time for a new way of looking at the world, because there's no need for another Einstein. You are the Einsteins here. I know that some of us just fresh that off. But you're downloading the information the same as I did, but you're downloading spiritual vibrations a lot different than me. I was, yes, Akashic Records, as you could say. I was downloading much of it actually from the Arcturians. Because what I was here to invent had many, many reasons, specific reasons here. As you can see, significant, yes, but I would say even small creations compared to others, such as your Tesla. That one was a busy bee, that's for sure. He wasn't even human on your planet at the time. He was mostly on the other side gathering data for himself, for his human self. It's like, how much can I cram into my brain? And sometimes he did overload himself, but then he let himself go for a little bit, and then he crammed more into himself. I did not have that luxury. So looking at me is no different than you. Just different. I was different, and so are you. And your humans will also see that, the ones that are looking at this and calling it crazy. But that's what they did to me under my time, but I was more accepted because of equations And I was a man of the modern time. You are not. You are part of a new age. And that new age is of a great amount of mystery, even to you, but you have still, there's nothing to be afraid of. And those that don't understand you are going to be afraid. But you, there's nothing to be afraid of. And you're not to be afraid of. There's no reason to be afraid of you, but many are going to be afraid anyway, because you are a foreigner on their planet. And that does bring in more of the alien angelic energies that you will be connecting more to your consciousness. So it'll make your world feel very alien as you allow these alien energies to come in that will force people to look within themselves. They will see what you are doing and feel much envy and wish to do it themselves. And if they can't do it right now, they're going to feel very discomforted. So my message to you, be yourself. Let yourself flow. And those that wish to unlock your abilities, just continue on your path. Don't be afraid. When it comes to you, there will be days where you feel like I'm not connected. There'll be days where I am connected. There'll be days of, I think I just opened up my entire brain to the universe, and now I see everything. That is where you're heading. And others will follow also. Others will not, they'll just be angry because they can't do it in a second, where it took you years. So that's where the struggles will be on your planet. But we do see you being successful. As the bravery of your soul to be here is a big deal. Because many souls do not want to come here and deal with the ridicule. And the ridicule is building up, but it's just fueling your soul. Good day. Okay. All right, we'll just leave it at that. All right, good night, everyone. Have a great weekend.